Hi everybody, this is Barry Schwartz from the Search Engine Roundtable. Today is October 30th, Friday. Tomorrow is Halloween, so a lot of different companies and search engines and different things are going to have special logos. We put our logo up already, so here's a look at our theme for the special the holiday. And again, we have tons of news. Today alone I covered about 8 posts, 8 different things going on at Google and different search engines, Yahoo and Bing. So there's a lot of things to cover, so I'll get started right away. Again, this is the October 30th edition. My name is Barry Schwartz. This is the news we covered over the past week at the Search Engine Roundtable. Starting yesterday, October 29th, sometime in the afternoon, Google released a toolbar PageRank update. This is the first toolbar PageRank update in a while. The last one was possibly in June, but most people think it actually happened in May. The June one might have been some type of technical quirk. There's a lot of people discussing this PageRank update. We have links to all this discussion on October 30th at seroundtable.com. You should know, obviously, this is just a toolbar PageRank update. What you see in the toolbar is definitely out of date compared to what Google actually uses. And to learn more about this update, again, October 30th at seroundtable.com. Talking about updates, Microsoft Bing had some type of update. We reported about it on October 27th. We reported last week Bing did another update as well, but it seems like Bing did an update to their past update, so a lot of updates are going on at Bing. Again, October 27th, we have more details about this update if you want to learn more, if your rankings changed, or if you're just interested in learning about it, October 27th at seroundtable.com. So Google's social shirts, I can't even pronounce it, went live this past week. It actually went live October 26th. And we did a video demo showing it off, but now it's actually live. Anybody can use it. Go to google.com/experimental, and you'll be able to turn it on over there. It's only on by preference. In addition, the only way it works is that you have to have your profile set up on Google Profiles. Once you have your profile set up, you have to actually share different profiles you have throughout the web. So if you're on Twitter, if you're on different networks, you actually plug those into Google Profiles, and Google will then index the different profiles you have out there, figure out who your friends are, who your friends of friends are, and then show you content that your friends are reading, searching for, or publishing themselves related to your specific types of queries. It's pretty cool. Definitely recommend you check it out, play with it a little bit. Obviously, it's only really helpful if you have your own Google profile, or if your friends are actually having a Google profile. So that's the main limitation. You have to have a Google profile in order to use it, pretty much. And your friends have to have it as well. So if you want to learn more about this with lots of videos and details about it, October 27th at seroundtable.com. A few weeks ago, we reported that Google was testing this fading homepage, where you go to the homepage, all it shows is the logo and the search box, and no enter key or I'm feeling lucky or any links until you actually wait a few seconds or you mouse over the page and it starts to fade in slowly. What's interesting is that it seems like they're actually pushing more people into this. A lot of people are still upset about it. That's another point of topic. But in this new test, it seems like they're actually putting information directly under the search box after it loads, saying please press enter to search. Meaning they're actually showing instructions on how to use this new simplistic design for people to actually figure out how to use it. To me, if you have to actually offer instructions on how to use a simplistic design, it clearly, to me, doesn't mean that it's simplistic at all. The day has come. GeoCities has been officially closed. It happened on October 26th. We had obviously warnings that this was coming. GeoCities is probably a legendary historic site that Yahoo bought a while ago. It was basically where pretty much anybody who was involved in the web had a GeoCities webpage one time in their life, early on in the days. It's basically the first web pages out there in the world, really. Obviously not the first, but it's really basically iconic of the actual internet. Yesterday, I believe, Google actually wiped out the whole entire GeoCities, anything on GeoCities domains, just wiped it out. There's no more findings of it. You do a site command for geocities.com, gone, nothing's there. So obviously, any content that was on there, totally out of the index. Hopefully you guys moved over your content if you had any content on there that was important to you. Otherwise, it's gone forever. But you can actually find it in the web archive. It's still available at the web archive if you want it. So just do a search for Internet Archives and you'll be able to find any content that was lost in GeoCities over there. Over the course of Microsoft delving into search at all. They always had some problems with handling 301 redirects. 301 redirects are pretty much called permanent redirects. Each search engine is supposed to take them and say if a URL has a 301 redirect to a different URL, they should pass everything from the previous URL to the redirected URL. Over time, Microsoft Search, Bing, MSN Search, Live Search, all had issues with it. So we're getting some reports via Webmaster World that Microsoft Bing is actually handling them better. Problem is, after I posted that, Sebastian, who's very technically savvy, wrote a comment saying actually Bing is actually indexing lots and lots of URL shorteners, which should have 301 redirects. So it seems like they're still having issues with 301 redirects. So if you want to learn more about this, October 30th at SEOroundtable.com. Hopefully there are some improvements, but after I see that comment, maybe not. I don't know. I spotted a post over at the Google Webmaster Help section where John Moo actually told us how long it typically takes for a site link to be blocked. So if you have site links, those little links under your Google listings in the Google search results, and one of them is pretty much inappropriate, you think it shouldn't be there, you can actually log into Google Webmaster Tools and block them. The question is, how long does it usually take to get blocked? Some people say it usually takes about 24 hours, but John Moose says it takes about 2 weeks at the longest to be blocked. So if you want to learn more and you're having problems with your site links, go to October 29th at SEOroundtable.com. There'll be additional links to help you out over there. Another interesting tidbit from John over at Google was that how Google handles 410 status codes versus 404 status codes. Okay, 404 is basically a not found, page not found. If you don't want Google, if you remove a page from your site, you don't want a 301 redirect it for some reason, you can actually return Google a 404 page, which tells Google to remove the page from their index. A 410 means gone. And what's the difference between page not found and gone? Basically, John from Google said a 410 is more permanent than a 404. So if you think a page will never, ever come back, use a 410, he said. If you think a page will never come back, not never ever, but never come back, use a 404. We have more details with several comments from different webmasters on this topic at October 27th at SEOroundtable.com. So Google launched, or was launching something called comparison ads, typically right now in the mortgage and refinance business. These are cost per lead ads, which are only again for the mortgage and refinance area. And when you do a search for mortgage or refinance, you get a little ad at the top that shows out listings. And then if you click on it, it takes you to real-time refinance or mortgage rates from different companies out there. Google makes their buck when you actually click on the ad and generate a lead directly to that person. So when you fill out a lead form, Google will actually make money on that. This is something Google is testing specifically in the U.S., in specific states in the U.S., and it's only specific states in the U.S. and is limited to only the mortgage and refinance business currently. There's more information at the Google blog as well as at Search Engine Land by Danny. In addition, Google's actually pumping up and showing a lot more real estate listings on Google Maps itself, somewhat related to this, but not exactly related to this. So also this week, Google launched or removed from beta what they're calling similar images. Is basically, it was a Labs product where you go to Google Labs and you did a search and you found similar images. What they did was put a little link under the image. They find similar images. When you click on that link, it shows you similar images to the image you're looking at on Google Image Search. Google supposedly removed that from beta. If you do a search at images.google.com, when applicable, it would actually show the find similar images link as well. And that should be available to many. I personally don't see it yet. I'm not sure why, but it should have been available earlier this week. I have a post about it on October 29th. There is a small bug in Google Maps when you do a Google local type of search on the web search. And if you go to the Google box and search on anything that drives a one box or a 7-pack or whatever it's called, in some cases, Google will only show one business listing when they really should be showing 7 business listings. So Google is aware of the issue. They said it is an issue and they're working on fixing it. They're asking for people to provide more examples. So if you are upset about a certain web search that drives only one local listing and not multiple, go to our thread or our post on October 28th at SEOroundtable.com, and there should be links for you to go to the Webmaster, the Google Maps help forum, go there and tell them about it, and they should be able to help you fix it. Earlier this week, we actually reported that, I think a couple weeks ago, we reported that Google, a lot of AdSense publishers were blocking what was called the Certified Third-Party Ad Network. Basically, Google's allowing third-party vendors to actually show their ads in the Google AdSense Content Network. And this is being rolled out slowly. And we told a lot of people that publishers were actually blocking it because it was turning a very poor amount of income and earnings. AdSense publisher came into Webmaster World in that thread and actually said, I warn you, please do not block it. It's being rolled out slowly. She or he actually said that it's probably not even in your ads, and you're probably not even seeing those types of ads in your actual display, in your actual sites. So he or she basically said, please do not remove it yet. Give it a chance. It's not even rolled out completely. And you might actually see great results from it, he or she said. So if you want more information about this, we have posted that on October 26th with all the previous history around this whole certified ad network that Google's allowing into their AdSense network. Last night I found out that Microsoft is hopefully launching a new Ad Center desktop beta. It's basically their AdWords editor, but for Ad Center, which is the Bing ads, the Microsoft Bing ads. Supposedly it's coming on November 6th or around then. Microsoft sent an email to some people who use the Ad Center desktop beta that they should definitely back up their data by November 6th because they're going to be pushing out a new update to people. I don't know exactly what the new features are, but that's what they're sending out. We have more information about this on October 30th at SEOroundtable.com. Probably the largest news this week, not necessarily Webmaster related, but Google related, was that Google released something called Google Maps Navigation. It's basically for Android 2.0, which is their mobile phone operating system. The first phone to get this new OS will be the Verizon Wireless Droid, which is getting a lot of buzz. It's coming out November 6th. The navigation is basically a tool that is basically a handheld navigation piece of software that you put on your phone, and actually does turn-by-turn navigation with voice recognition. It's pretty neat. There's actually videos of how it works. We have posted that on October 29th. I'm very into it. I think hopefully one of our employees here will get the Droid. It's $199 with a contract, obviously, from Verizon Wireless. And it works pretty much on any Android 2.0 software, but right now, again, the only phone to have Android 2.0 will be the Droid. It's coming out later. There'll probably be other devices that get that as well. We have more information about this on October 29th. This navigation system would be free for anybody who has Android 2.0. Remember Ask.com? We used to talk about them a lot. Well, it seems like there's some rumors that Diller is looking to sell Ask.com. In his last previous earnings call or conference call, he did make some comments about looking to possibly sell off Ask.com from the IAC network. I guess it just hasn't been what he expected. There's also some rumors that Microsoft might be a potential buyer. Personally, I think since the search engine is pretty much dead, I think to revitalize it is not to sell it to Microsoft or to sell it to anybody. It's really to give it back to where it came from. Tioma, which is what Ask.com bought in terms of the technology they use. Tioma was founded at Rutgers by a few people, including Apostolos. So I think he should pretty much donate it back to, in my opinion, he should donate it back to Rutgers and let them deal with it. I have a poll asking you what you think, and you can answer that poll on October 30th at SEOroundtable.com. Again, it's just a shame to see what has happened to it, and it's just very sad to see what has happened to it. Thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. Again, my name is Barry Schwartz. This is the past news we covered over the past week at the Search and Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com. Everyone have a happy Halloween, and I guess we'll post the Halloween logos tomorrow at SEOroundtable.com. If you want to take a look at it, tomorrow night we'll probably have those logos up. Everyone have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.